Slides month continues. So in this one, we're going to go a little bit different direction. Still practice the other slides before getting to this one. This one's a little bit more advanced. We're going to do kind of mini versions of a corkscrew slide, and then I'll explain a little bit of the bigger version. But this one's going to be a little bit more independent of your partner versus relying on it. The bigger corkscrew slide does that. Now a corkscrew slide has, you can see the kind of a circle slide that goes into this kind of corkscrew type of version. And of course we can do both sides. It moves around circle slide, and this is kind of the corkscrew where it kind of winds up, and that's why it's referred to as that. I believe Dean Collins called it that, but it's just kind of how we refer to it now. A couple things. First of all, circle slides are difficult. So if you see somebody turn through and have that little split side, that's not actually a circle slide. Circle slide, we want, actually I'm going to cheat here and use a can so you can see, and it's an open can, so if I screw up it's going to get messy. But you can see as I use this can, is I want the feet to go around versus through. So I don't want that to get messy. So I want that around and not actually knocking over the can. You can use water bottles, but close the top just to test that out. But it's a fun little trick. So with that, again, we're gonna have, I'm gonna start off with that circle slide. I'm gonna have that right foot forward. What we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on half slides right now. So that little half circle slide. Again, I can go the other direction, half. Now I'm not trying to make it a V slide there. I'm literally just doing half a semicircle and then doing the other half just to get used to it. So again, I do half and half, just so I can get used to that motion. Eventually, and again, you can see I'm using my body to wind up, because when I'm just doing this solo, I don't want to use just all legs. So my body's going to help move that through. But then when I'm ready, I can start to move that all the way around. So you can see all the way around. With that, so when we get used to that circle slide, basically I'm going to take that, and you see my body keeps turning a little bit, and then my body's going to turn back the other direction. And that's when this other foot, the outside foot, is going to come in, and I'm going to try to get that all the way back as much as possible and have this back leg. Now the back leg can be a little bit bent, but I actually recommend straight if we're able to actually pose out of it, so I can get that and have that back leg straight, and you can create these nice little lines. And again, my weight is actually going to be more on this foot with a little bit of support with this foot, but mostly that forward foot. Again, showing the other direction. So again, I've got a little bit more weight on this side. You can see this is my less good side because I don't practice this one as much, which I should. You're going to notice that, like I just did there on my bad side, is that if I don't have that split weight through that circle slide, one foot's going to kind of slip out. So I want to make sure that I keep my weight, my axis a little bit more in the middle as the feet move around. If I kind of lean into that, it's actually going to kind of throw my weight to one side or the other. So I'm going to practicing and trying to get to that line. As I do that, I want to make sure that, again, my body's still upright, and you can see I'm almost leaning a little bit away from this foot. So if I put too much weight onto it, it becomes difficult to stand. So again, the basic motion, if I stand this way, if I'm here, the feet go around, 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 and back through. Same the other way, around, 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 back through. I definitely recommend practicing this holding onto something first. I know I say that for the other slides, but this one, you can easily become unstable. Either a practice buddy that just kind of standing there helping support you, holding on to some sort of counter, just anything to support you just so you can get your feet through this. So again, we have progression, half, half, and then through is 1, 2, 3, same thing on the other side, and then eventually getting that all the way through. Now, there are versions where you can use your partner, either leader or follower, not socially, but say in a contest with an actual partner where you have this kind of coordinated, because you don't want to be that jerk on the social floor who does something like this. It's not cool. So again, with a partner, practiced, we know this is happening. Leader or follower, you're gonna be kind of using either your partner. As a leader, I tend to use my followers kind of lower center of gravity, so lower back and wrapped around there, and I stay nice and close. I'm still trying to support myself as much as possible, but with that little prep, is I'm gonna start moving out this way, like this. I'm gonna start with the slide here and then around, which is how I'm gonna get into that. So there's a little extra step to this, so a little bit of a shoot and then around. So if my partner is right here, I'm not sliding away, I'm sliding kind of in front of them before I do that little circle slide. And of course I can do the same thing with the other side, shoot, my less good side. But I think most leaders and followers do this side when they're coordinating that for competitions. This slide again is difficult. It takes a good floor. A little bit of partner support does make this a little bit easier. Make sure that when you're coordinating this with a partner, is that partner has a clear understanding that they are the stable force when this is happening. You don't want extra momentum when you're going into this slide, because it'll pull everybody kind of off their axis and unbalanced, possibly toppling. So when this is happening, the stable person is kind of helping with support. Sometimes an arm underneath to support helps, just around helps, but again, I'm trying to support more of myself versus put all my weight on my partner. So again, corkscrew slide. With partner, we have sliding through, then around and lock. And there you have your corkscrew slide. You can do some of these slides individually. This one isn't easy to do with momentum, so you're gonna need more of a circular rotation to make that happen, but it is possible. Sometimes we can do things where we kind of cheat our weight one direction, come through and do something like that. Again, making sure you can dance out of it if it is individual and you're trying to blend it into social dancing. But you might not be able to get the full lines that you want, but at least you can get that kind of corkscrew action. So practice these, have a good time with them. Slides are fun, but they are difficult and they take a lot of time. But there you go. Corkscrew slide, let's see what you can do with them.